Hello everyone, welcome to Felipe's Reviews. Today we're going to take a look at this LEGO City set, Ocean Exploration Ship. So this set contains 745 pieces and rated at 200 New Zealand dollars. You get to build a small pirate shipwreck, a mini submarine, a small helicopter, and of course this massive ocean exploration ship. It also comes with 8 minifigures, a new stingray, and a recolored great white shark. And I'm going to take you through the smaller build first, then the ship itself, and finally the minifigures and the new shark and stingray. And here is a pirate shipwreck, and it's pretty wrecked up. You can see it's only like a small portion of the pirate ship. You don't have any sails anymore, given that it's pretty much a sink for a quite long time. You do get some seaweed to give it a bit more decorations, with also the same stickers on both sides of the build. The steering is a bit too modern in my opinion, but underneath you do find some treasures which use a pale gold tile to represent some golds, but it's not sparkling enough in my opinion. And here are the mini helicopter and a mini submarine. There's nothing special about the design of the mini helicopter. It's very typical LEGO design. I do think the tail could be a little bit longer to give it a better proportion. Otherwise, you got the common propeller action features. On the other hand, the mini submarine is very well done in my opinion. You do have two stickers for some decoration. You got the control inside, and you've got this holding part which allow the ship crane to pick this submarine up and put into the storage compartment of the ship. You also get a propeller at the back and movable arms to pick up some of the thing outside the submarine. And this is the exploration ship, and it's massive. If I put a minifigure here, you can see how long it is and how wide it is. The exterior of the ship looks pretty nice, especially on the side, and it's look quite realistic. The middle part of the ship is actually hollow. The whole design is that it will use this crane to lower the shark cage and the submarine underwater. And this ship does float on water, and it's not one big piece, but actually two identical pieces which connect by this area here. That's why they have this design here to cover up the gaps between the front and the back. And of course, there's also the platform for the people to board the ship as well. The front here is actually the helipad, which you can land the helicopter on top of this. But actually, underneath you can open it up and reveal a place to store the mini submarine. The crane here uses a similar design, just like most other LEGO City set. You do get this piece here. You can adjust the angle of the crane. Either you lift it up or lower it down. It doesn't have any extension. Instead, you can move this part alongside, either forward or backward, to get to the position that you want. And this part here does take some time to actually tie in a way that you can put these pieces together. And this is how you lower the submarine into the storage. And of course, you can always replace the submarine with this shark cage, which I think is done quite nicely. And the decoration outside the ship body is actually a sticker, which I don't understand if your intention is to allow the children to play with this ship in the water. The sticker will worn off pretty quickly. And at the back of the ship, you do have a smaller crane that can hold the lifeboat over here. Although I like the design of this part here, I do think the scale is a bit off. If you look at the shark cage, the height of the shark cage compared to the height of the first level or the control area, that doesn't really make sense. Especially if I put a minifigure next to it, but he can barely stand inside. And you can open the doors to allow the minifigure to get inside. Of course, it's not realistic to put a minifigure from this entry, so you do able to open from the roof to put the minifigures, inside the control area. And here is a better look inside. So this PC, I presume, is a way to open up so the two captains can get down into the resting area, which have two beds. And I really like the stickers to create the aquarium. So you do get a different design on the other side, which is a seahorse. And you can also take off this part to refill the research lab. So you got a coffee machine and two monitors with a keyboard. Presume these are the main computers for research purposes. And on this side of the lab, you do get another three different stickers for three different aquariums. And finally, on this side, you do get a area for the crew members to take a rest. Although I appreciate they give a few interior details of this area of the ship, but one problem is that I don't seem to find any entrance that is visible to allow the minifigures to get in, or even any implication of stairs that they could, go around different levels of this area here. Here is a closer look at the two marine life included in this set. So the Stingray is a brand new mode for 2020. I do think the design of the Stingray looks very good. You don't actually need to buy this fixer to get the Stingray. It does comes in the form of polybag and a other smaller set as well. And this is the updated version of the Great White Shark with a lighter gray color compared to the previous version. And it's nice to see this shark's return after a few years, because the aftermarket price for the earlier version is quite pricey. And of course, with this variant of Great White Shark, you can actually open the mouth and fit a minifigure inside. And here are the 8 minifigures included in this set. So basically you get 3 members on the ship, and then 2 minifigures that are conjuring into the submarine and the helicopter, and 3 divers. First, we're going to take a look at these 3 minifigures over here. Only this one has an alternate face expression, which I like very much. And those 2 minifigures here, they do have the same torso, and I do think it's a new torso. So underneath the life jacket, you can see the torso here. It's quite detailed. I really like it. And this one is probably the captain of the ship. And again, underneath his lifeboat, you got a new printed torso, and you can see the anchor over here, which kind of give me an idea that he's the captain of the ship. And then we have 2 minifigures that control the submarine and also the pilot of the helicopter. Is nothing new. They are all existing pieces, and they don't come with any alternate face. I do felt a bit disappointed that they didn't include any additional hairpiece for the pilot. And finally, we have the diving team over here. So you do get 2 variants of the divers here. So on the right, you got this more like the astronaut style air tank. I'm not sure, what the different purpose, but it's kind of nice to have a variant of the diver. So this one underneath the helmet, you can see the detail of this new torso over here. It's quite nicely printed. The only thing I have with this minifigure is that when you wear this thing, like it felt like, this minifigure doesn't have any hair at all. And for the other divers, you can see the very detailed printing on the torso, and very interesting is that they do get a air tank piece. You can see how it's fit into it, so you can't really move the helmet around, which is quite common. And I think this helmet is done very well, because you can see it's not just one piece, but it's kind of mold the visor into the helmet, which is really nice. Overall, I think this set is not bad. It has its highlights, but of course it also has its own flaws. Personally, I do like the size of the ship and the research lab, especially the way they use the stickers to create the aquariums. The Stingray, of course, is a great addition to the variation of LEGO Marine Life, and it's great to see the great white shark made a comeback. However, given the space it has on the deck, I do find this part a bit out of scale, and I do wish they do imply some entrance for the minifigures to get down to the lowest level. Also, this is just inconsistent for me no matter what. If they say this is a sunken pirate ship, this just doesn't make sense to me. I will only recommend this set if you never have any LEGO boats before, or if you really want a great white shark but want to save the hassle for calling their customer service. And yes, this set is probably on the expensive end because of all the specialized parts included in this set, but I did get this set with 25% off, which was a pretty good deal. So it's definitely not a set that you want to get in full price, so be patient and wait for a clearance. Do let me know what you think about this set in the comment section below. If you like my video, be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming updates. I'll see you next time.